And that's really what helps you get the jobs and actually land the jobs, right? And the reason why I encourage this too, guys, is because you're focused on the interview, but I'm asking you to focus on the job. What happens if you get the interview and they hire you? You're expected to show up the next day and start to work, right? What then? You can't fake that, right? You can't crack that. You can't crack that project, right? So that's why I'm always concerned with people who always want to crack the interview or, just pass the interview. Well, the interview is just the first part. What are you going to do when you're on the job, right? So the best way to pass the interview is to be a data scientist and to do the work of a data scientist, because then you'll be better prepared for the interview. You'll carry yourself better. You'll have an easier experience overall, and it just creates a better segue or a better transition for you to go from, okay, yeah, great, you did great in the interview, we want to hire you, come work tomorrow, and be ready to start, be ready to show us something. You're only going to be prepared for that if you've actually done the work, right? So that's my best advice to you. Best way to pass the internship and land an internship is to do the work of a data scientist, okay? So Maziar says, hey, Dennis, do you think a data scientist taking an analyst role after 4 years would affect their future career as a data scientist? Would you hire them for your team if they wanted to switch back? Yeah, I would. Yeah, I guess I would be curious about your motivations for doing that. Maybe you had to move to a different location, or what was the motivation for that, right? I'd want to hear about that. As a hiring manager, that would make me curious. But if you presented like a reasonable rationale, yeah, sure. As long as you were still working with data, and kind of in that data-oriented mindset, I'm okay with that change. Yeah, if that is the situation that you're in, Maz, be prepared to, present a reasonable rationale for it, right? Because remember, a lot of science is about rationale, right? So me as the hiring manager, I'm also a scientist, so I'd be open to somebody telling me, hey, I did this. This is what you're going to find in my resume, but here's the reason why. Here's the background information to that. If you show me some reasonable rationale, that wouldn't prevent me from hiring you, or want me to tell you that I don't want to hire you for that. So yeah, so good luck with that. Feel free to add additional info there if you need to for that one.